Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Sponsored by HobbyLink Japan. And I hope everybody enjoyed our last episode where we featured the winners of the sci-fi modeling competition.
Yes, and we had a lot of very good feedback. Thank you very much.
It was a great success, so we look forward to the next one. And I hope everybody gets ready to participate. Start thinking up your ideas now.
But don't put them on the internet.
That's right, that's right. It's always the rule. Okay, so we're back to doing the normal thing. We're back to talking about Gundam and modeling. And today I'm going to be showing some more of the Banshee, Mastery Banshee.
Nice.
And Ryan, you know, it's been a while since we saw your Falcon.
Yes.
So I understand you're getting right to that painting step?
To the interesting part.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and show us what you're going to do.
I'll do that.
Okay, Ryan, before you start explaining what you've done to this kit, I just got to say that it looks awesome now. With that cockpit on, it's looking great.
Thank you, Sid. I'm super stoked about how this kit has come out. And just by adding the cockpit just changes the whole kit.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't actually glued the cockpit in because I'm going to spray it separately. So yeah, you can have a look. If you're really into it, you can paint the little figures and put them inside. It's not my level. But yeah, that's the cockpit. I've actually finished gluing everything I need to glue on this kit. So you can see all the very small piping is in there. Underneath, I've glued up the landing gear slots because I'm not going to have them out. But this kit does have two versions. You can either have the landing gear out or in. You can also have the bay, not the bay door, but the entrance open or closed. But yeah, you can actually also see inside here. This is the color it's going to be once we're done. First, today we're actually going to just spray it all with a white primer. So you will experience that with me. And I'm also going to spray these few pieces over here. This is actually one of the gun turrets. You know, the one where it says, don't be something.
Don't get cocky.
Don't get cocky. Or as Family Guy said, I can't remember. Don't get... So I'm going to spray that separately. And we mustn't forget the satellite dish. Every ship needs one, just in case you want to take it off. But I haven't put it on yet. It's actually just a key, so it just slots in there. And then we have the guns that I'll also spray separately because I want to glue them on here. But first I want to get the paint all in here, all the spray paint. So yes, Sid, I think we're close to done. There'll just be the white primer and then the grey. I'm really scared about doing it actually. It's kind of windy out there today.
Yeah, it is. But hopefully we found a little cover behind the building. And
yeah, this kit is monstrously big, so I need a bigger desk. But I'm super excited.
Okay, well, let's see what happens.
Join me outside.
Okay.
Welcome to the back of the HLJ warehouse where I will be trying to spray paint my Falcon with a white primer, or surfer primer from Tamiya. Now, Sid has given me a few tips, but I have learned nothing. So let's see. I don't want to mess this up. It took so much time. But let's give it a go. I'm scared. Bloody windy. Jesus, am I getting anything on this? Well, it's actually an interesting effect, to be sure. Actually kind of cool. Should I just try this way now? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to try from a different angle now. And try not to get too much paint on me. So, should I try from the sides? Yeah? Okay, I've also got to try get the sides here. So, let's give it a whirl. I think I might have to do a few different coats to get it the way I want it. But actually, Sid was saying this, the kind of wind actually gets rid of the excess a little bit, which is probably what I need. Okay, well let's, actually I think that might be it for the top and the sides a little bit. Yeah, let's stop there and have a think.
Okay, Ryan, you know, you got outside and then the wind there, the windstorm, and you got some priming done?
Yes,
How
I
did
did.
it go?
Well, I think it was successful set.
Yeah?
It was really windy, but I
Yeah.
kind of like the effect so far.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see there's actually a huge difference between the part that has been primed and the part that has not been primed.
Yes.
It's actually quite a nice difference in texture.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really looking forward to priming this baby up.
Okay, well, I understand you also primed some of the smaller pieces as well.
Yeah, I'll grab them now.
Okay.
Okay, Sid, well, yes, I did paint a few extra pieces. I'll start here with the satellite dish. And so that's the guy with the primer. This is one of my favorite parts of the kit, so hopefully we'll get this guy done right. The next part is the cockpit, which I did paint separately. And I did actually get some primer inside, but I'm not going to be doing up the cockpit.
You're not going to be painting the seats or anything like that?
If I was going to paint them, I should have painted them before I glued them in.
Yeah, of course.
But this project has been going on, and I want to get it finished as soon as possible. Here we have the guns, which fit on the gun turrets, which I'll be gluing on later. And yeah, so that's the rest that I primed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll also put a finishing coat on these guys, the grey, and the ship, and then glue them all together, and then Bob's your uncle.
All right, sounds good. So now it's my turn?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, here it is, Ryan. Here's the Banshee. What do you think?
I think I've seen it before.
That's right. This is very similar to the full armor unicorn, which we were going to do on the show, and we saw the hobby show. And it's also pretty much the exact same model as the other OVA Master Unicorn. But there are obviously some differences in this kit.
Slight
Yeah,
differences.
I'm sure you don't know, Ryan, and maybe there's some people out there like Ryan who don't know about these differences. So let's talk about those
You
right
mean
now.
these superficial differences?
Let's talk about them right now. So as you can see, the Banshee is pretty much similar to the Massacre Unicorn. In fact, it's the same kit. However, there are some differences that involved Bandai having to make new parts. For example, you can see on the front here, the collar and the little mane here. This is a whole new part. You don't see it anywhere on this unicorn. Right? However, in the Banshee build, you'll get this armor part. You just don't have to use it. And probably the biggest difference is, of course, the prong here. Now, the unicorn has the one horn, whereas the Banshee has this whole contraption at the top here. And when you put it into destroy mode, it actually involves taking pieces off and putting on the V-fin. And the last thing I want to mention here is how they included different parts for the frame here. You can see the leg frame. Well, this is all part of the Psycho frame runner instead of being the normal frame runner, which it is on this unicorn. But the one thing that makes the Banshee isn't just this color or the mane. With the Master Grade kit, you get a whole bunch of weapons, and that's what I'm going to show you now. The weapons.
They're not that amazing.
How do you know, Ryan? This is like
Because
nothing
there's
you've
only
ever
like
seen.
one.
Well, there's actually two, but you've actually never seen anything like this on a Gundam kit.
Okay, what are
Unless
they
we count
called?
the HGs.
What are they
Well, as we're putting them together, I will explain that to you. They're actually the Armed Armor BS and the Armed Armor VN.
called? What do they stand for there, Sid?
They stand for BS and VN. All right,
Come on,
so
I'll give it that.
we're going to show you actually how these go on the Banshee.
Cool.
All right. All right, I've taken the arms off the Banshee, and we're going to look at how these weapons go on. And one thing I need to mention here is that, like the unicorn, these pieces, this is how you would assemble the unicorn. And they're not actually part of the Banshee process, but I included them because I wanted to actually show you that Bandai has included all these parts. And normally you would mount the shield here, and actually there's enough parts in the runner there, Bandai has, that you can actually build the shield if you want to, although with the Banshee you'll never actually mount it, but you do have an extra shield. Okay, so what you would do to put the weapons on is you just need to take off these pieces here. You see I've taken off this piece on this side, and now just taking off this piece on this side. Get my fingers in there. Come on. Just by taking off these pieces, which we don't actually need, I am ready to now put the weapon on. And here they are. It's just this and this. So all I'm doing is replacing what would have been these parts with these parts here. Slide this baby on. It's these are bigger than the other parts we just used, so they're a little bit cumbersome. It's just a matter of finding that alignment there, because the actual connectors are quite small. But once you got that, you know, it's all right. They go on without too much problem. So just like this now, this is the one arm, and to get this moving, you know, like it's claw form, you just pull it out like this. And this is the same way, you just pull it out. This one unfolds, and there you go, there's its claw. And you can even, if you like, pull down the beam saber handle and attach the beam saber.
So is this BS or VN?
This is the VN. Now we're going to look at the BS. So putting this to the side here. So here's this is my BS arm here. This is my BS arm? Yeah, the bolt shooter. I don't know what it is.
Beam saber.
Beam saber, whatever. I don't know what it is. Now, basically, the assembly is a little more involved in this one because you have this little flat piece. I'll explain that in a minute. But it's, for the most part, I can just put it on the same way. Mount these. Sorry, I gotta pop this out because my hand is in the way. You have to have the hand in the proper position for this to go on. If the hand is not sitting in the proper position with the thumb folded under in this way, then it's not going to work how is it's supposed to. And then with this extra piece, I just line it up, and just like that, you know, I'm finished. And this goes here, so it actually sits like this on the Unicorn. This is just the normal mode on the Banshee. And what you do is you pop this out, and you swing this around and make sure the thumb is in the right position. So it goes like this, and then you can push this in over top, and it covers up the hand. And then it's just a matter of pulling them out to show the cycle frame, and there you go. All right, so on this episode, we showed you the weapons of the Banshee, mostly, and how it differentiates itself from the previous MG, which is the Unicorn.
And some big changes, I must admit.
Yeah, it was actually, it looks like a big change when you look at what you are putting on. But how they actually were able to incorporate it into the build is really simple. You only need to replace, you know, the armor parts. These two pieces on either side of the arm.
So this one didn't have any like BS parts or anything?
No, it doesn't have any weapons aside from its own beam magnum gun and a bazooka. This one does not have any detachable weapons like rifles and things like that.
Okay.
But it does have these ones built onto its arm. Okay. So it's pretty cool.
It's cool. I like the horn. It's very dramatic.
Unicorn fans are very happy now that the Banshee is out. So.
Crazy.
We're going to start seeing a lot of painted builds on the internet and stuff like that. So if you've done one yourself, why not send it in to the submit content on the HobbyLink TV and show off your Banshee?
Show us your well-photographed Banshees.
That's right. So, speaking of viewer content and viewers, why don't we read our questions?
Yes, we have some questions.
We have some questions.
Hello Sid and Ryan, I'm in a tight situation for the HGUC The chin part of the Gundam is covered by a seal and it doesn't feel right. Would it be wise to remove the seal and use a red Sharpie to color it in? Because there are no places here in the Washington state that carry Gundam markers at all. Do you fellas have any advice I can use to make EZ8 stand out? That's from Pole3633.
Okay. I've never used a Sharpie on a Gundam, but if you don't have Gundam markers, you say, but if you have a stationery store near your place, anywhere, you can go to
Washington must have.
You go to a stationery store, look for a Copic marker.
Okay.
A Copic marker, the ink runs really well. A lot of people use them for panel lining on Gundam kits. We sell them as well here, but only in black. I don't think we have a red.
Okay.
So if you go to a stationery store, look for a Copic marker, find some reds, experiment. It works really well in plastic, and go from there.
The funny thing, I think a Sharpie in Australia is like a pencil.
Oh, in Australia? No.
Yeah, well, the Australians
It's basically a felt pen.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can try it. It might work. But if you want to use what most people prefer, it would be Copic markers.
Okay. Cool.
Or Copic markers, depending how you want to pronounce it.
Next. Hey, cool guys modeling in Japan. We're cool. I have a question about filling up hollow bits in Gundam kits. Mm-hmm. Should I be using Tamiya putty? And is there any sort of standard procedures for filling the hollow bits? Mm-hmm. Love the show and HLJ prices. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, basically when larger pieces, when they make the molds at Bandai, if they have to get a lot of plastic into a space, it's very difficult to do. So what they will do is make the mold so there's a hollow in that piece. And sometimes you'll actually get a second piece and you'll be able to, cover up that hollow. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times you'll see a lot of modelers, they just take putty to it. And I've filled in hollows before. If you're going to fill in just fill in a hollow and not worry about sculpting a shape, just use Tamiya putty. Stuff it in there, sand it down. If it's still a little bit of a recess in there, put more putty on there, sand it down until it's as smooth as you want it, and then you can prime and paint it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a stupid question. Putty hardens, so once you've used it, like, there's no going back?
Well, because it's not actually sealing to the plastic like the Tamiya putty, you can dig it out. It will harden, but you can dig it out. Now, if you're using some of the epoxy putties, if you look like Mori Mori putty and things like that, those can become very hard after 24 hours, and it might be difficult to chip away at them, but you'll still be able to sand them. But for hollows, I usually just use the Tamiya putty.
Okay, sweet. Okay, next, I think model building is the winner here. It's a dying art. We need to get the next generation into it and be creative about it. Competitions like these sparks the interest of people that were either already into it or can get newcomers starting on building. I've been building for over 30 years now and have enjoyed every moment of my building time. Joaquin? Yeah.
Oh, he makes a good point. I mean, back before the days of the internet and video games and stuff like that, kids would spend time.
Before the internet?
Was there a time before the internet?
I remember fax machines.
Anyway, let's not talk about how old we are. Kids, they need something to do. They'd get a hold of a model kit. They got paint and water slide decals and glue, and they would make a model kit. But people of all ages now can find entertainment very easily.
Well, I'm a good example. Like, I had never done modeling before, and once I started working at HLJ, I just realized what a great thing it is, and like, more people should be into it.
Yeah, I agree. I think for a lot of people, it's more than just like a hobby. Like, if something creative occupies your time and you're focused on it, it's a way to clear your mind, get your head on straight, distract yourself from other things, and Japan is big on that idea. We have calligraphy, and we have flower arranging, and Zen meditation, stuff like that. Like, anything you just focus on doing,
And you also have a great item at the end, like my Falcon. When it's done, like, I have evidence of something creative I've achieved. Well, sometimes playing games, like, I don't know, you just have some rewards online.
Let's not be little games.
I love games, but it's nice having a big Falcon sitting next to my computer just to remind me that I can accomplish things.
You get a concrete example that you did something. I always encourage people to try it. People meet me and I tell them what I do, and they're like, "Really, you build model kits?" I'm like, "Give it a try." I'll give somebody a model kit and say, "Do it," and they'll come back and say, "Wow, that was a lot of fun." I never realized that doing this would be this entertaining.
And that's why we do the competitions. Like, we want as many people involved as possible. And but thank you. Very excellent comment.
Yeah, I agree.
Next, I like that you guys immediately addressed the elephant in the room. Get it?
I got it. Did you get it, Ryan?
There was an elephant in the room. Was it pink?
Oh, Ryan. I'm going to move these other way. And he's referring to that little kit we gave a glimpse of at the beginning of the last episode, the sci-fi modeling episode.
The one you said my mother would love.
The one I said that has a face only a mother would love, and maybe you would relate to it. Okay, so this is the Gundam UC version of the Juaggu. Here it is.
Okay.
And if you look at this face, I'm just going to be lazy here. If you look at this face, it looks very much like an elephant. Yeah. So basically, it's just your standard HG kit, kind of like the ACT guy. And you just get these monster pieces for some parts, and you assemble this guy. Yeah?
I think he's cute.
He kind of looks. I figured you would relate to it. He kind of looks kind of.
He does have a trunk.
He is definitely a departure from the norm when it comes to model kits.
Absolutely.
Although when you see a kit that looks like this, a suit, you wonder how can it compete with other mobile suits that seem to be faster and more agile.
I want a mega size. This would be a super mega size kit. Can you imagine that with this huge?
Just a box, be like
Bandai.
this around. Oh,
Cool Bandai set.
Banshee.
Get them
All
too.
right, so Ryan is now intrigued by the Juaggu.
If it comes out in mega size.
It will never ever come out in anything other than this. I don't think we'll ever see a master grade of this thing.
That's a shame.
So let's leave this.
Yes.
And next episode of Gunpla TV is going to be a little bit special. People have been asking for some stuff, and we're going to show it to them.
Yes. This one note.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There will be a 1 week delay, or maybe 10 days delay between when this episode comes out and the next one.
Yeah.
I'm disappearing for a little while, and we got Golden Week coming
Somebody's
up.
getting a well-earned vacation.
Yeah, I deserve it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we actually told him to take a hike for a while.
Like,
Starting to
getting
get
on
on
our
people's nerves.
Just
and
get out of
everything.
here.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
don't worry.
the episodes will be coming,
I'm
so
still
don't
in the
worry.
house.
Yeah, Sid is still here.
Okay, so you guys got some stuff to look forward to.
Yes.
All right, so we'll see you later.
See ya.